Welcome to Crazy Shit in Real Estate, a weekly podcast where I walk you through some of the wildest, most unbelievable stories you'll hear from the world of real estate. If you like real estate and you love crazy, this is the podcast for you. Before we get any further into this episode, I've got some information to share.
Oh, it's true. Real estate is super competitive and harder than you expected. That's why I created Leigh Brown University. It's everything you need to take you from point A to point whatever your goal is. You could be new to the business or a seasoned vet. I'll help you break through to the next level so that your professional life can look exactly like you desire. Enroll in Leigh Brown University today. I'll help you get there.
Getting back into real estate, it's kind of like, what do I actually have as far as my skills, out there, and as far as helping people, and it's always been real estate. My ability to actually step in my clients' shoes is one of my big things that I always talk about. So if I have 5 clients, I'm in all of their shoes all the time. So that's where the stress comes in. It's like but it's just, who I am, and being able to go back and do that. And it's just, that feeling of wanting to help people and share what you have as far as knowledge is always there in you once you have that in you. And that was me. It was just like, I got to get back out there. This is my blood. I love doing this. I love doing it so much. I love real estate. And so that's why, I got back into it.
And I love what you say there, because real estate does get in your blood. And we see this with realtors who never retire. They've been in the business 50 years and they're financially capable, but why would I stop it? Because I love it. And you see it with realtors that work 7 days a week and they burn themselves completely out to exhaustion because they're constantly giving. And the business is so fascinating because it's been like that as long as we've had organized real estate. But one thing I love about this business, and you can attest to this, between when your son got deployed in 2005 and then the Lyme disease and everything starts to crop up, and you get back in 2011, and of course, there's some fits and starts along the way. Between 2005 and 2011, Facebook comes along. Mm-hmm. iPhones come along. The technology goes from basic to warp speed in that little 6-year window. But you were still able to get back into real estate because the basic tenets of how the business operates might be adapted around some technology things. But the business itself doesn't move. So what for you was the most challenging part of relaunching your real estate business after a hiatus?
I think technology, like you said, was one of the biggest things, right? Because I was actually out of it and then getting back and trying to think, okay, I need to start a Facebook account and the LinkedIn and all the Twitter and all that kind of stuff. And that's kind of when I started back, was like 2011, 2012, getting into the technology of it. And it's like, what do you do with all this? Oh my goodness, there's so much more to actually add and different than what we were doing before. Actually, and mailing out the postcards and things like that to the subdivisions is what I was used to, right? And now all of a sudden, now you've got to have this online presence and get out there and be able to promote yourself online and say, hey guys, I'm back. I'm still here. I'm actually in real estate again. And that's what I did with the Facebook is, I started up the Facebook account and the business account with Facebook. So it was different. It was a different world. It's a different world when you're actually going from the mailing cards to now all of a sudden you've got to be online. You've got to have that online presence.
And which is even funnier now, because you fast forward the 10 years that you've been back in real estate full speed ahead. And now the mailings are becoming effective again because so many people quit doing them, and the social media sites, it depends on the content that you put out there as to how much effectiveness you're going to see. So as somebody who's been through different stages of technology and real estate and dealing with the pain of being a mother who's watching your son serve, what would you say has been your strategy to success? How have you brought people back into your fold while you've come in and out of the business?
I would say my biggest strategy with all of it is basically reconnecting and picking up the phone and calling them. I've always had that relationship.
Like
Yeah.
outbound phone calls still work?
Yeah, they do still work. Yeah. And it's like, hey, Pam, I haven't heard from you. Here we go. I'm okay. I'm back, love to help you. And I've got clients, actually, past clients, even going back from the lending business, from the mortgage business, where I actually had helped them and helped their sons and daughters buy properties. And I was actually doing the loans back then. And then I was able to actually help them with buying homes themselves, from their family members, just by picking up the phone and just calling. It's amazing. I think that connection with the phone is still, I think, the most important.
Oh, you're enjoying this little clip? Well, the rest of the story is available on any of your podcast apps. Just go search for and subscribe to Crazy Shit in Real Estate.